Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to everyone. Welcome to our presentation entitled Escaping the Norm with Escape Room Mathematics Engagement Session. Our group is from Pusat Pengajian Pra-University from University Malaysia Sarawak or UNIMAS. I am Ahmad Alif bin Kamal, presenting on behalf of my team members consisting of mathematics lecturers from Pusat Pengajian Pra-University. So the content for our presentation today is as shown on the screen. Transitioning to e-learning has been such a huge leap for a lot of institutions, especially on tertiary level education, on STEM-based subjects. Hence, addressing the needs for a better e-learning way of assessing the students, the trend of using escape room has been growing in popularity. As in other game-based methodology in teaching learning, escape room also deploys the 8 core drive of gamification design written by Yukai Cho. Hence, in an escape room, there are several core drives addressed in making the game a huge success. Based on the current situation on the pandemic, this has caused a lot of challenges, especially to the way conventional assessment has been conducted for a lot of institutions in Malaysia. When it comes to the current conventional way of assessment and then it to be implemented via online, it has become less able to trigger interest among the student, especially when it comes to dry subjects such as mathematics and other STEM-based courses. Hence, the idea behind creating and designing MES or Mathematics Engagement Session is partially to deploy an assessment for the mathematics CLO related to communication skill and teamwork. So for the audience in the panel, MES is divided into 2 sessions, which is MES 1 and MES 2. And for all MES sessions, it is tackled by a group of 5 students. So the first MES started with a group of students being kidnapped by the perpetrator, just a so-called story or background story to add into the flavor and the spice of playing the escape room-based game. And then each stage is cleared by finding the correct password obtained by solving the mathematical problems to enter the next stage. Hence, by clearing all 3 stages in the first MES, the group of students successfully escaped and rescued themselves. And the second MES story continues with the group of students again, aim to clear the stages to finally reach the mysterious ending. So each stage deployed problems from a single learning unit in our mathematics course. And we have divided the one session of MES into 2 parts, which is a virtual escape room and also an answer scheme submission for the second part. So without further ado, let's take a look at the demonstration of MES. Hello, welcome to the demonstration for the Mathematics Engagement Session or MES. So as what can be seen in the screen for now, the students that will be facing or taking or conducting the MES session will have to do it virtually or online via the use of MS Teams or any other preferred mode of online meeting. But preferably is MS Team. Now, after as what we are seeing now, I am with a student, supposedly with a teammate. So the students will be sitting together as a team to actually get through the escape room provided to them together, and then this session is recorded accordingly. So what we can see here is, as the group leader, I shared my screen and then we are going to tackle the MES. So this is how does the MES looks like, and we are going to click on the start button. So the MES is divided into a number of stages, and then this is just the MES for part 1. Okay, part 2 will be coming up later at the end of this particular part. Now, the stage 1 over here is there are some background story given to the student along with the visual presentation, and then the students will be having to choose whether to go right or to go left, just to escape from this assessment to be conducted in a very linear manner. So this is an example on how does the challenge of the stage 1 looks like. Now, there is a hint over here. So some of the team member will look at it and then focus on it and then take care of the hints provided in all the question, and then some of them will be doing or tackling this mathematic problem. So for example, we have this a question from a limit and continuity learning unit. Okay, so we are just going to breeze through this mathematical problem. Okay, obviously if the student hit the wrong answer, they will have to start from the very beginning. So this one will actually make their escape from MES going to be a bit longer, and then the longer it takes, the more mark will be penalized from their total marks. Okay, so we are going to again breeze through this stage number 1, and then by the end of the stage number 1, they will have to provide the password that is actually obtained by looking at all the hints given in the problems before. Okay, so as they are answering the mathematical problem, at the same time they are also taking care of the hints. Now we are already at the stage number 2, so the procedure is almost the same, where the students are going to find stuff and then they are going to see. This one is a little bit more challenging because they need to they cannot detect whether the answer is right or wrong during their try, but it will be more apparent as they try to proceed, because the password actually depends on the right answer. So in this particular case, we already have the password, which is the answer for all the correct problems. And finally, they will reach the stage 3. This one is a little bit more relaxing, as they are given just hints, some letters, and then some numbers over here. And finally, when they try to break through from this stage, it is given that the hint or the password will be letters then numbers. This one is actually just an ABC 1 2 3. They need to actually think of that. And then when they come to the last stage before the end of this particular MES, this is an example of how the MES part 2 is handed out to the student. So what they need to do is they are going to copy the question, they are going to answer the question inside the paper, and then they need to submit through our learning management system, which is called ELIP here in UNIMAS, with the submission link password given as such. So they can only submit after the end of this part 1, because they need the password together. So this marks the end of the demonstration. Alhamdulillah, as MES is a game-based approach for students to solve problems in group-based assessment, we are able to provide meaningful learning experience to them. Briefly, the main problems in each level of MES consists of various mathematical questions from different learning units. So, students will be able to discuss and justify their arguments and decisions when it comes to solving mathematical problems. In dealing with different stages in MES, group also applied investigative and deductive skills. This actually supplements their informal learning as well. Also, every group activity requires participation, effective communication, as well as good team working and cooperative ability. So, a weak group in mathematics will be assisted by those who are actually more skilled to earn more marks together as a group. Hence, we as the mathematics course instructors are very grateful that the time and effort in preparing and designing MES is able to positively propel our learners' attitudes. The early intention of using escape room as an alternative assessment is actually to prevent issues that challenge online assessment's integrity, as well as to cater the effective best CLO for our course. Shown in the screen now is the screenshot of our student session recorded through the MS Teams and submitted to us as a proof and evidence of them conducting the MES Part 1. And these are some of the simple solutions for the MES Part 2. Thank you to everyone and have a good day ahead.